Hello everyone and welcome to the Good Old Gamer. So apparently the RTX 3060 does not perform as well as we all expected. So in this video we're going to be talking about how this changes things, especially since we know the retail price of these graphics cards seems to be near $500 and they're slower than we were anticipating. So stay tuned for that. Before we get into it, if you like videos like this, please smash that like button. It really tells YouTube that you like this type of content, helps support the channel, and I thank you all for your support. Alrighty, so jumping on over here to videocards.com, Nvidia GeForce RTX 3060 3D Mark and superposition performance leaks. So I was pretty interested to see how fast the RTX 3060 actually is because, well, I was pretty interested in getting one if we were somewhere around RTX 2070 level performance, or 2070 Super to be more specific. So starting off, Nvidia's first GA106 based desktop graphics card will offer similar performance to the RTX 2060 Super. I was like, what? Or RTX 2070 in 3D Mark and superposition tests. The graphics card will be slower than the RX 5700 XT, slower than, which also means that it's no match for the upcoming RX 6700 XT, which I personally think should be somewhere around the 3070 level, at the very least 3060 Ti. All right, skipping all the fluff, let's get right into it. The synthetic benchmark performance. Now, remember, these are just synthetic benchmarks, but typically Nvidia versus Nvidia, it usually lines up about this way in real life. So we have the RTX 3060 beating out the RTX 2060, but not beating out the 2060 Super. So we're just going to go over here to the average first, and we can see that only 11% faster than the 2060, which I currently own, so that makes buying a 3060 pretty much irrelevant in my eyes, and is 1% slower than the 2060 Super, 3% slower than the 2070, 13% slower than the 5700 XT. Like I said, AMD to Nvidia on synthetics doesn't quite line up 1-to-1, but it's still significantly slower than that. And then the 2070 Super is 20% faster. Now, if the 3060 were around 2070 Super performance levels, that would be about a 30% performance jump, which is typically what you expect from a new generation of graphics cards. This time around, apparently that is not the case. In fact, we're basically just getting another 2060 Super, which if we scroll on down here, what I find a bit interesting is the 2060 Super comes in at 175 watt TDP, which is actually below what the RTX 3060 is drawing. So you actually get better performance per watt from last generation's RTX 2060 Super. It now makes sense why Nvidia went ahead and put on the 12 gigabytes of VRAM on this card, because honestly, outside of that, there is literally no reason for anybody with a mid-range Turing card or AMD RDNA 1 card to ever consider buying one of these. Even compared to something like an RX 5700 non-XT, that would still probably edge this out, and an RX 5600 XT might actually be able to match this or come very close. So you're getting last generation performance at 2021 prices. So after looking at the numbers, we see that the RTX 3060 is basically just an RTX 2060 Super with 4 more gigabytes of VRAM. Now, at its intended MSRP of $329, that would mean we're getting basically a $70 discount with more VRAM, which isn't the end of the world. In terms of performance per watt, they're basically the same, so there's really no gains there, and even in things like ray tracing, they're basically identical. Now, this really lends the question, is this card really going to be worth the $400, $500, or $600 that we know that they're going to cost? No, absolutely not. In today's market, in 2021, if you're not seeing at least a 30% gain in terms of price to performance, it's just not worth it. And even if we compare this to the $300, I know that wasn't its original price, but the $300 RTX 2060 non-Super, you're spending 10% more money for 10% more performance. Yes, you get double the VRAM, but that is really the only real benefit that you're getting here. So to me, this is just not going to be the GPU to get. Me personally, I was interested in it, thinking it was going to be close to the 2070 Super, and maybe in some games it might get to that level, but overall it looks like this card's going to fall short of that mark by a pretty wide margin. So for me personally, I'm gonna sit out the RTX 3060. I don't know what you guys are thinking. Are you guys going to still try to get one of these? Are you gonna try to get it and resell it? So let me know what you guys think about this level of performance at these price points here in 2021. I'm really interested to see what the community reaction will be to this. This is just a shorter video. I wanted to get this out because obviously these are coming out here shortly, and a lot of you guys probably want to hold off at this point in time and not worry about smashing that F5 button. But like I said, want to know your thoughts in the comment section below. Once again, if you like videos like this, please smash that like button, please subscribe, please share with friends. It's really the only way for me to grow the channel anymore is with your support, and I want to thank you all for that support. That's really all I have for you guys here today, and I'll catch you guys in the next video.